Hello, I'm certainly glad you could join me today. You got your paints out, ready to do a fantastic painting? Well, let's get started. Tell you what, let's have them graphically run all the colors across the screen that you need to do this painting with me. While they're doing that, let's go on up here and let me show you what I've already done. Have our standard old 18 by 24 inch canvas. This is a double primed canvas, pre-stretched. And on this canvas, I've completely covered it with a thin, even coat of the liquid white, which makes it wet and slick, and it's all ready to go. So let's go too. Tell you what, let's have some fun today. Let's do a little winter scene. So I'll start out with a touch of alizarin crimson, just a touch, and we'll work it into the old 2-inch brush just by tapping it. Just tap it, just like so. Okay, let's go right up here. Now, when I paint winter scenes, I like to have a little bit of warmth in them. It bothers me. I don't like winter scenes that are so cold that you have to put a coat on to feel comfortable when you look at them. So I like to put a touch of warmth in my winter scene. But when you paint yours, you paint them any way that you want them, any old way. Everybody's different, and everybody sees nature in different ways. So you paint it the way that makes you happy. And while I have that on the brush, maybe we'll just throw a little bit right down in here. I'm going to have some snow, I think, down in here. Yeah, we'll put snow down here. And a little of that color maybe will reflect right into the snow. So just lay it in. Now then, without even cleaning the brush, let's go into a little bit of Prussian Blue. Now, Prussian Blue is so strong. It's very strong. You don't even have to clean the brush because it'll just absolutely eat up the alizarin crimson that's left on there. I'll load a little bit of that in there. Let's go right up in here. And now then, let's just sort of let the brush just dance a little color in here. Just sort of like little X's, but just let it just sort of dance and play and just have fun. Leave little openings in your sky, little holes in the sky. We'll come back and we'll put the indication of some little soft clouds here and there. There, a little bit more of the blue. There. See how easy that is? Just sort of let your imagination go and just drop these things right in, wherever you want them. Now be careful right in here because this blue is so strong, it'll eat up your little pinkish color. It'll eat it up in a heartbeat. And I'll just add a little bit of that same color down here in what's going to be snow. We don't, as I say, we really don't care right now. There, now we can wash our brush. We wash our brush in good old odorless thinner. Shake off the excess. And this is the fun part. And just beat the devil out of it. Okay, now with our clean dry brush, go right on back up here and just start blending the sky in a little bit. There. I've probably painted in excess of 20, 30,000 paintings, and I still get a kick out of cleaning the brush. Of course, they don't hear when they have to clean the studio up. There we go. Now all I'm doing is just lightly blending here. I don't want to overblend. I don't want to lose little spots like this in the sky. Those are very pretty, and they give your sky character, especially if you're doing a winter scene. Now just beat the excess paint off that brush. I'm going to go right into some titanium white and just pull that brush right through the white. Just load it full. Look at all the color. A lot of paint in the brush, okay? Let's go up here. Now, I just want indications of little clouds today, so I'm not going to overdo this. Just sort of put them in. Put them in. Just want little indications. This is just sort of a misty little sky. Ooh, you know it's cold. You know it's cold. It has to be. I lived in Alaska for a dozen years or so. When you saw a sky like this, you'd be getting the old Parker out in your mucklucks. There. Just some little things happening here. Just blend them together, just like so. Okay. Now then, I have several of each brush going, so take a clean, dry 2-inch brush, and I'm just going to mix this up and blend it a little bit. Now, you don't want to blend too much, or it'll go away and leave you. Just go away and leave you all by yourself. There. There you go. Okay. And we can sort of fluff it a little. Like so. And very lightly, just barely caressing the canvas. Make some long strokes to blend it all together. And that easy, you have a fantastic little sky. Okay. Let's put a bunch of evergreens in this painting. Evergreens are a lot of fun to paint, and they're quite easy. So we'll use Prussian Blue. Let's put some Midnight Black in there, and some Van Dyke Brown. Shoot some Alizarin Crimson. Whatever. Looking for a dark color. Now we'll pick up some white. There. Because we put the Prussian Blue in there and it's so strong, this color will be predominantly blue. Maybe I'll add a touch more of the crimson to it. There we go. Still predominantly blue. Okay. And you might as well mix up a pretty good pile of paint. Let me clean the knife off and grab the old fan brush. I tell you what, let me show you an easy way to do a lot of trees. Take the old 2-inch brush and we'll just pull it right through a little bit of color here. Now then, the big thing here is just to apply some color to the canvas. So we'll just put some color wherever. Once again, I don't want to lose all that pink. Most of it's going to go away, but I want to save just enough to keep it warm. There, all we're doing is looking for paint on the canvas. Could really care less what's happening. Just tapping. Just tapping. Okay, now then, let me grab my old fan brush. And we'll go right into this color we made. There, just load it full. A lot of paint. See there? A lot of paint, both sides. Let's go ahead up there. Now then, begin picking out individual trees. Take the corner of the brush, just work back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And see, down here we don't care. It'll all just sort of come together. And it saves you a lot of time. It's easier than painting each tree individually. And you can make a forest back here. We could also have made these trees with a 1-inch brush, 2-inch brush, palette knife. Palette knife makes beautiful trees. There. There we go. See, already we got the beginnings of a little forest. A little squirrel has to have a place to live, and he comes up here and grabs him a pine cone. Got to take care of the little creatures. There we go. Okay. Let's just take these all the way across, wherever. There. As I say, squirrels got to have a place to live. I call squirrels tree urchins. That's sort of my little name for them. I make up names for all my little friends. Where I live, I have hundreds and hundreds of birds that come every day, and I gotta spend all my money buying bird seed and putting out for them. And in return, they let me watch them, and sometimes I get to raise 1 or 2 little ones. In fact, I think the last series we showed one of the little birds we were raising. Maybe a little later on in the series we'll show. Well, let's show that little bird maybe a little later. I'll show you what happened to him. We had so many letters and cards asking what happened to the little bird we showed. I'll get Sally to put him up on the screen. We'll look at him later. Okay, that'll get us some trees. There we go. That easy. Now then, I want to create the illusion of a little bit of mist down here. So I'll just take a clean brush and just tap this a little bit. Just a little. Just a little. There. Lift upward. Just lift it upward, 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 upward. Okay. Now then, I want to put another layer of trees that look like they're closer to you. So I'll show you how to do that. Same color, only there's no white in this color. This is just pure color. And we can do the same thing. The same old dark color. But don't kill all that mist. You work so hard to put it in there, don't kill it. See, and we'll just put in, this is just base color. We really could care less. Same as we did back there. This is just a base color. There. Black and blue and a little brown, a little touch of alizarin crimson, all together here. See there? And this will save you a tremendous amount of time. And I'm a lazy painter. I always look for easy ways to paint. There we go. Now then. Let me wash that brush off and get the light color out of it. Just wash it off, and then all we do is just wipe that brush against the paper towel. Now we can go right into our dark color. That's blue, black, grab some brown, touch of alizarin crimson. Load that brush full of paint. Okay, now then, right along in here, let's bring some trees that are darker, and therefore they'll look like they're closer to you. See there? You don't have to paint all this bottom. It really will save you a lot of time when you have a multitude of trees together like this. Now, if you're just doing one tree at a time, you wouldn't want to paint them this way. And I thought today we'd do a bunch of trees. Thought you'd like that. Now, see how it's pushing those lighter ones back? Did you know you could push a whole forest back that easy? You can. You can do anything. Anything. At least on this piece of canvas you can. There we go. Now then, maybe. And let's put 2 or 3 tops in like that. And then just come along and give them some little arms wherever you want them. That easy. Okay, maybe, oh, there's a nice one. He got a little more sunlight, he's a little stronger. He just grows right on up there. There's one, there's one, there's one, wherever you want them. Make big decisions and drop them in. On this piece of canvas, you are the creator. You have absolute power. Absolute. You can make any kind of world that you want here. Any kind of world that you want. That's part of the, get a little plug, that's part of the joy of painting, is the fact that you can create your own world. And painting should make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, you're doing the wrong thing. There. Okay, maybe another one right about there. He is. Now, if you do this painting along with me, by the time you're finished, you will be an expert at making evergreen trees. No doubt, you'll have those down. You'll never again have a problem making evergreen trees. Now then, I'm just going to take a clean knife, nothing on it, and just here and there, just sort of pull through, and it'll make the indication. I'm cutting right through the paint. It'll just make it look like tree trunks here and there. We don't want a lot of detail, but it makes it look like little tree trunks, and there's some here and there. Look at that. But can you see the amount of distance between these? But just by varying the color. It's exactly the same color, except back here there's a little white in it. Same color. But it helps create that illusion of distance. And that's so important when you're doing paintings. Distance in paintings are what makes a difference between painting that's just so-so and a painting that when you look at it, it does wonderful things to you and you get excited from watching it. And that's what it is. It's this distance, depth in a painting. There we go. Okay. Now we said we were going to have some snow in this one. So let's take the old 2-inch brush, just load it full of white paint. This is just straight old titanium white. A lot of paint in the brush, a lot of paint. Okay, now then, let's just sort of reach right up in here and grab some of this. You want to pick up some of this color. I'm trying to pick up the bottom of these trees because that's going to end up being my shadows. It's going to create shadows under these trees, and it'll happen automatically. You don't have to worry about it. It happens. There we go. There we go. Isn't that super? And it's so easy. And you can change the angles and make all different planes in the painting. And by planes, like see how this one overlaps that one. Just like that. Just grab that bottom and pull it. Pull it hard. Get tough with it. This is where you take out all your frustrations. Just grab it and pull. Look at there. And you can sneak back in there and grab little pieces and pull. And you can create as many or as few shadows as you want. If you want the indication of a few little happy, grassy areas coming out of there, you can just lift upward. Give it a little upward pull. It makes all kinds of little things, and it sort of cleans up your edges there. Okay. Shoot, while we got that on there, let's just, I think we'll have all of this snow, so we can just add white here all over. And I'm leaving some of these little pinks and blues that we put in there. Don't kill all of those. I'm just adding a little white here and there and letting some of that show through. Now the paint that we're applying is extremely thick. It's very, very thick. And that way we can put layers of thinner paint right over the top of that without creating any problems. If all the layers of paint are the same thickness, then when you try to put one layer on top of another, you're going to be a mud mixer. And then you're going to be mad at me. So don't want that to happen. Tell you what, let's do. Let's build us a little cabin out here. Shoot, it's cold out here. You need a place to live. Now, one of the easiest ways to make a cabin here is to take your knife, decide basically where you want it, and scrape out an initial shape. Oh, there goes our tree. But you can just grab it and scrape it out. This does several things. Most important, it removes the excess paint off the canvas. It makes your next layer much easier to stick. See? But it also allows you to lay out your cabin, get the perspective the way you want it, and you're not committed. You're not committed at this point. And so you can't make a mistake here. If something goes wrong, you just drop your trees right back in, do it again. As you know, we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Okay, there it is. Maybe, tell you what, let's do. Maybe in this cabin, let's put a chimney. So, same thing. You take and just scrape in the basic shape so you know about where that chimney is going to be. And we'll have it, see, up and over so it'll look square. And come down. Sort of remember that. If you cover it up, you remember where it's at. And then your roof's going to come down. We might even put a porch on this one. If we have enough time, we'll drop one in. Start off with titanium white, pull it out very flat, cut across, and we get our little roll of paint right on the edge of the knife. Now then, big decision time. See here, let's start and begin laying snow right out here on the roof. Angles are very important. Very important. Just pull that rascal down. Now, out here, if you want to make this edge nice and sharp, you can come along that way, see? And then come back and smooth it out. Sneaky, huh? And then just smooth it out like so. There you go. Now, that's part of our roof. I'm going to go into a little bit of the Van Dyke brown, get a little roll of paint, and we'll do this back eave here. And for that, we just pull it over like that. Now we'll take a mixture of dark sienna and Van Dyke brown and just sort of mix it a little bit, not much. Just don't over mix it. Cut off a little bit. Once again, that roll of paint, so important. Now then, let's take that and just begin pulling down. Remember, we have a chimney in here. We're going to put a chimney in this one. Remember that. So you can sort of save a little spot there for your chimney. We don't want this old guy that lives out here to freeze to death. Same color. Right out there. See there? That's all there is to it. Now, that gives us a basic shape. Now then, I'm going to take some white, a little bit of the titanium white, a touch of the dark sienna in it, and maybe the least little touch of bright red. Dark sienna, touch of bright red. That's so strong. And white. A little more dark sienna. I want that darker. See, you make the decision however you want it. There. And see, leave your paint like this. Don't over mix it. Get a little roll of paint, and all those colors are right there in that roll. Let's go up here. Now then, you can touch, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. Pull down, pull down. Let it break. Let them holes in there. It'll give the illusion of age. It looks old, like me. There. See there? Now then, on the other side of this little cabin, I want it to be much darker. much darker. So same color, I just added brown to it. See here? Same color, but it's much darker. So there's a distinct difference. Distinct difference. Now, take some brown. Let's put our little chimney up here. We'll come right up in here, and it came down like so. See? Slight angle. Down, down. Like right on across. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get my little knife. A little knife is so good for these little places. And we'll go right in here, and I want this one to sort of go upward. Upward. See? So it gives the illusion that this chimney is square. A little bit right down through there. Because most of that chimney is inside the house. We won't see it. I'll take some bright red, and a little bit of Van Dyke brown, and I'm going to mix it together. Maybe these are bricks. So easy way to just make indications. Just touch and just sort of let the knife bounce as you work down. Blip, 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 blip. Now if you don't make that little noise, it won't work. Gotta have that little noise. Gotta have it. And maybe just a few over here. But show the difference in angle. That way it'll make it square. And tell you what, right along the top up here, maybe there's a little snow laying up here. There we go. Just a touch of snow. Clean off my knife. And speaking of a touch of snow, on this side of the roof over here, we need a little bit of snow on that side of the roof. Now, said we might put a porch on this one, so I think we're doing all right for time. Let's do it. Take a little bit of brown, and just sort of come right out here. I'm not using much brown, just a little, because I want a little bit of it to show through. Right into the white. Bring the porch right out like that. See there? That easy. That easy. Now we need a floor. So same thing under here. Bring it out. Roughly the same angle. Like so. A little touch of highlight would sneak under here. Not a whole bunch, because it's going to be pretty dark under there. Pretty dark. And then we'll give it a little distance. That easy. Boy, you know what? We need something to hold this porch up. So let's just put a rail or two in here, just like so. See there? That's easy. That easy. You got a little rail. And since our light's coming from this direction, put a little light on those. There. And we can put the indication of a board or two here, just using a dark color. That's simple. If you wanted a window, you could just scrape in a couple windows. Isn't that easy? I knew you could do that. Now then, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to go into liquid clear. Liquid clear, and then right into the titanium white. I use the liquid clear to thin the paint just a touch. All right, now let's go right up here, and let's begin adding all kinds of little things. This liquid clear makes the paint flow, because it's thinner now. It flows right over there. You can just really bring these things right along. See there? And when this dries, the areas that you put this clear in will shine. They'll have a luster to them. It's very nice. Very nice. And maybe right up in here. Let's do this. Maybe there's a little thing right here. It's a little brown and white. And then we'll pull that out. We'll make a little bump. A little bump right there. And maybe at one time, maybe they had a little snow fence up here. You just take a little brown, see here, just sort of adds to the painting. Put a little fence that's sort of laying over, a little white on the knife, and just wiggle it. Just doodle-a-doo-doo-doo. And put some little wires on there, like that. Take your fan brush and grab some of those. Create a very nice little effect. Now then, tell you what, maybe Right here, right here. There's a little bush that lives right here. We'll just pop him in. Just pop him in. And we don't want him to get left out, so we'll put one right over here. And all I'm doing is pushing upward with a fan brush. Push very firmly, push upward, like so. Then our brush that has the white on it, and a touch of the clear, the liquid clear, you can grab that and pull it. Once again, you allow that dark color to become part of the shadows. It's very desirable. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Let it happen. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that super? Now you know me. I'm a tree nut. I like trees. Let's take the old fan brush and go right in to Van Dyke Brown. A lot of it. Yep, I'm going to have a happy tree. Ooh, lives right there. And I don't want him to be lonely. We'll give him a friend. Just like so. And then we can take our liner brush, go into some brown, and you just drop on a few little limbs. Now I've thinned this with thinner. See here, you can put on a few little limbs wherever you want them. Drop in as many or as few as you want in your world. Okay, I'm going to take the knife, grab a little the white. Tell you what, let's make these birch trees. Just by pulling around, you can create a happy little birch tree. Just give it a little round pull. Just zip, zip, zip. And I think with that, we about have a finished painting. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I think it'll teach you a lot, show you how to do a beautiful little winter scene. And I'm going to call this painting complete. From all of us here, happy painting and God bless.